Calhoun, Mississippi. Real small county with 5 little towns. I don't even think they had a red light back then. Lived on a small 50-acre farm with my parents and 7 other kids. There was not much money on the farm. We worked corn, cotton, and sweet potatoes, and a few peanuts. You never run out of work to do. My father always had something to do. I don't care if it was raining, you had something to do. And you pick cotton. If you pick 25 pounds a day, that was 25 pounds a day. We had about 12, 15 acres of cotton. We made about 25, 30 bales, which was great. The grass always outgrew the cotton, but you had to keep the grass hoed. 6 or 7 years old, if you could hold a hoe handle in your hand, you hoed. I was not a good cotton picker. I could pick 125 pounds a day. I had a brother 2 years younger than I. He could pick 300 pounds. My dad could pick 300 pounds, but I was just not a cotton picker. I never took a bath in a bathtub till I left Mississippi. I was 20 years old before I took a bath in a bathtub. Never ate in a restaurant with my family before I got out of high school. I had a great childhood. I would not trade my upbringing for nothing in the world. I appreciate where I come from. I wouldn't have it any other way. I had the best life a young kid could have, just like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, I was Mama's little boy. I always was Charlie boy this and Charlie boy that. Because I helped my mother, I took care of my siblings. Half the money I made went to my siblings and my parents. But when I left home, it broke my old mother's heart. She grabbed my leg and I had to drag her to the car to hitchhike off to Chicago. But a friend of mine, his brothers worked in Chicago, and he and I went to Chicago in May of 1960. And I'd never really seen a 6-way intersection when I went to Chicago. It just blew my mind. But I got started in tool and die trade with Hike Diecasts in Chicago. And for 4 years I was there. They were working 40 hours a week. I quit and got a job working 58 hours plus. But I was trying to survive and save enough money to buy a house. And then in '65, I came to Detroit, quit a job in Bolivar Friday, went to work in Detroit Monday, and had never met a person in Michigan. I got here in '65, September of '65, fall of '68, started a business. From a place that I was working, I was put my notice in to go to another place, and it said, get you a little shop and I give you all the work you want to do. I managed to save up $7,000 or $8,000 to get my own business, get it going. It's financing. When you don't have a line of credit, you just buy used equipment, pay cash for it, and grow. And I just worked hard and tried to do a good job, and the work came, and we just grew and grew and grew. It was '94. Okay. With Chrysler needed someone to do a paint tool to help the car get through the paint line, and I was real instrumental at the Dodge truck plant on 9 Mile Road in Warren. Got in there and came up with a product that worked, and in 2 years we were in 60 plants and didn't hardly make a phone call, just from the word got out through Fanuc setting up their spray lines. And since '94, we've made probably 1,000 different tools. In '97, we really started growing. That's when I put the 30,000 square foot addition up, and the next year I put a 20,000 square foot addition up, and just getting the modern technology is what really made us grow. Total square footage of the compound here is about close to 300,000 square feet with a little over 200 employees. I bought Modified Technologies in 1997, the 15,000 square foot with 15 employees, and now they're a 44,000 square foot facility. It was a production shop, but we incorporated the production with PTM. Donna's been with me probably 33 years. She's learned an awful lot about the business. My daughters are 80% owners in Modified. I'm a 20% owner in it. They're 40% owners of PTM Corporation. In '08 and '09, as everybody knows, a lot of business bit the dust in this part of the country. There was a facility in Fraser, probably a 20-year-old business. Hard times fell on them, And my CFO was always pushing sales, sales, sales. We found out this place was for sale. They were getting ready to close the doors, and we went down and talked to them, and we cut a deal within 4 days to purchase the place. It had about 40 employees, had some good work, and buying that put us in a whole new world for manufacturing. We do big body parts, hoods, fenders, doors, rails, and we acquired that in 2009, and it's been a real big plus for our business here. I think we got the greatest bunch of employees a person could ever have. Without them, I would be nowhere. I was the one that started the business. The first few years, I would say I did this or I did that, but today it's we as a team make things work. Been real exciting with the things that's happened since '09. We just put a 2,000-ton press in, and we had a lot of people from the state come out. The local officials from the county were here at the ribbon cutting.
As a state representative of this district, and I just would like to personally thank you for everything you do for this community. I've only been here for about an hour, and I've been introduced to family, faith, and strong female leadership within a business. 3 things that I'm absolutely ecstatic about, and realize that that truly is what makes the wheels of Michigan go round.
I'm 72 3/4. I'll be 73 in January 14th. The last 10 or 15 years just flies by. I thank the Lord every day for letting me be here. I tell the Lord, Lord, I know you think I'm a greedy person, but I love life and I love people, and please let me live to be like my great-grandfather. He died at 103, and I'd love to match that.